Hello to all my YouTube friends. So happy to be with all of you today. In the last video, we told you we was going to be planting these L.A Dreamin Hydrangeas from Michigan Evergreen Nursery. And today we're going to start planting them. So if you come along with us, we'll show you how it's done, how to take care of them. And once you get them in the ground, all you really need to do is keep them watered. They don't need fertilizer. They're carefree, and you can cut these if you want to, if they get too big. And the average is about 4 foot by 4 foot. You don't have to trim them back at all if you don't want to. Just wonder how big you want to get your plant. Now folks, this is a brand new growth here, as you can see. And it's got a flower on it. And this here was trimmed. And this growth here will have a flower on it. Every one of them will have a big, beautiful flower on them. And they just bloom all summer. They're so beautiful. And such a beautiful story goes with them. Folks, the Bacali family's been part of our family for 4 generations. They lost their daughter when he was 11 years old. And when he was driving by, they happened to see one of these growing in a lady's yard that wasn't supposed to do this. So they took some cuttings, took 10 years to get it where it is today. And it was a very, very beautiful plant, successful. And he put it in the name of his daughter because she was a beautiful little girl. You got a beautiful, nice bush here. So try to do your best to get a hold of one. Folks, Michigan Evergreen is a wholesaler, but you can go to your garden centers and see if they carry this L.A Dreamin. And if your place where you always buy all your flowers and that don't carry them, talk to them about carrying them. I'm telling you, they're really good people. And if any time at all in history, us Christians need to stick together now and back one another. So if you can get one lined up to buy, please buy it. You'll help them out. You'll help my channel out. You'll help everybody out. Now, folks, I want to make myself very, very clear. They're not sponsoring us. They're friends of the family. And we wanted to do this for a memorial for Lindsay Ann Bacali. Such a beautiful little girl. So thank you very much, and we'll get started planting. Folks, we picked this place because L.A Dreamin Hydrangeas like the northeast sun exposure. The west is too hot for them. They don't like that. So if you got a shadier place where they just get sun in the morning, that's beautiful. So that's where we're going to plant these today. Now folks, when you're planting these, or a tree or a shrub, if you got heavy ground, you want to make the hole twice as big as whatever you're planting, so that soil ain't so compacted. But in sand, it's not near as important. But what we're doing here, we're going to dig a pretty nice hole. Then we got a nice bucket of mulch we're going to put in. And one more thing, we're going to put blood meal in the hole. Now what this will do is, it's really good nutrition, but it'll make these blue ones even bluer. But if you got any kind of plants growing, let's say you got some roses and they don't do very good, if you will put this around the outside, right on top of the ground, spring and fall, the next summer, you'll have the biggest, most plentiful roses you ever raised in your life. They love blood meal. So try it and you're going to be very, very happy. Folks, I want you to look at that ground. In fact, I'll grab a handful. This is what our ground used to look like, all of it, yellow sand. That's even got a little darkness to it. But that's why we put good mulch in the bottom and around it to make sure you got plenty of feed. We're going to put some blood meal down in there, and they should do wonderfully. And folks, one more thing, these grow good in zone 3 through 9. So that's a big wide variety. They can take a lot of weather, a lot of extremes, and you take good care of them and they'll be beautiful all year for you. So I'm going to dump a little of this in there. Now I like to leave about an 1.5 inch, 2 inch hole around my plants so they hold water good. So that's what I'm going to do with these. So we'll see how deep we got to plant them. Yep, I'll put a little more dirt in there. And I'm going to put just a handful of bud meal right down in there. Now we get this out, I'm going to level that up a little bit more. And folks, another thing, they take a lot of water. So you really got to water them. When you first get them going, I'd water them twice a day so they get a good root system. Can we get it out of here? I'll try to pull it out. If I can't, I'll cut it out. No, it's coming. Folks, what I like to do is, let me get him, old baby, up there, is just tear up a little of these roots. Just rip some of them out. Because some of these roots will just start going around and around and around, and then they don't get a good root system. So I just go around there, work them a little bit. Now maybe some people don't do this, that's fine. But when I was in the tree service, so many times the guy would call me, his tree fell over. It'd be about 6 inches round, 5 inches. Just want to cut it off. Well, when I go over there, the main root just goes around and around. So we show them, you cut that root in half. Kill that root that goes out. Leave it. The rest that's connected to the tree will start growing out different directions. And then we stake it all down. And the last one I did, a guy called us like a year later. He said he couldn't believe how beautiful the tree was. He was so glad we didn't cut it down. So that's the way I do it. That's too deep yet. I'm going to throw just a little more bud meal in there. I had to fill some more of that up. Now, why don't we water this good first, since it's so dry? Folks, this mulch we had was in our high tunnel, so it's really, really dry. So I really, really want to get a lot of water on it to soak it pump through. If you don't, and you wait till you fill it, it takes too long to try to get the water all the way down to the bottom of the hole. So we're going to give her a good watering now, let that go on down. Then we'll plant our hydrangea and get it off to a good start. Just let all that drain now. Now we're going to put this very, very special L.A. Hydrangea in the ground to honor a very, very special little girl. I'm going to take a little of this better soil. Now, can you rake some around with your hands? Push her down there good, and we'll water her really good again. Just leave it down a little bit all the way around. Let me get a little more water. We'll water in good. Folks, now if you want to, you could add a little slow release fertilizer. So they'll feed it all year long. So you got it planted, you got it watered. You want to put a little slow release fertilizer or some blood meal. Blood meal helps all your plants. All your little bushes love blood meal. So I know that it puts nitrogen, iron, makes it a little acidic. They really love that. So it's all you got to do. If you want to add a little fertilizer, go ahead. Make sure it's slow acting. Folks, I like to say, what's the reason why you'd want one of these? First thing, you're backing a good Christian company. You're honoring a death of a lovely 11-year-old little girl. They're beautiful from midsummer till frost. And think of this, somebody asks, oh, where'd you get that? I never seen one like that before. You can tell them a lovely story. So with all that, this being planted, and us honoring Lindsay today, I want to thank each and every one of you for being with us. And I pray that God blesses each and every one of you in every way. And if you don't know Jesus, folks, please, just ask him to come in your heart. And I promise you, he'll show up one day, one way or the other, in his own special way, and you'll know that he's real. Thank you very, very much.